because I think there's a lot of things about cars that we just sort of take for granted now, like the dashboard that we've got, right? Exactly how do we message the car's state to a person in a way they can actually respond to it? And now we found we absolutely can't do that for self-driving cars. That's really the big problem there. But we think about the steering wheel and the pedals and the gear shift, right? And that dashboard. And actually every piece of that is really, really intentionally designed to make this human machine interaction, that much more perfect. And if you think about the older analogy of, a pedestrian walking a car around, right? I think that's maybe just a really nice analogy of these intermediary points where we didn't understand how to control cars. So just by default, we're like, well, we'll just treat them like pedestrians, right? And then because we view them in that way, obviously you kind of miss all of the opportunity for what they can actually do.
Yeah, totally. I remember when cars first started having like fuel efficiency reported.
Oh yeah.
My dad would still check it. Like he would mark down, okay, I filled up here, I'm gonna go fill up here, and here's the mileage. And be like, it's not quite right.
That single feature, like I think that dropped like 10 points in my dad's blood pressure. Suddenly every time you're driving aggressive, it's like, do you really want to be burning this much gas?
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say manual versus automatic cars is another good example where some people tend to prioritize agency over possibly everything else.
It's really, actually, have you ever seen like a truck gear shift?
Yeah. You mean like a semi?
Yeah. Like that, subway map cobweb nonsense of if y'all haven't seen it, like you absolutely have to look this up, because I actually think it's perfect, right? Because in the early days, right, I think when you were looking from the shift from manual to automatic, automatic was less efficient, right? And I think, it kind of wore out faster. There were actually a lot of minuses to the automatic versus the manual. And even for a long time, I think automatic cars really were sort of a US thing. And overseas, it was really a lot more manual centric for a long time. I think that's still true to an extent. But I guess the flip side of my understanding is that I think that the automatic cars eventually did sort of catch up. And now, while there still is use for manual cars and, specific kind of important critical industries like trucking, I think most folks are comfortable with automatics. Actually, I don't know if anyone like knows that stat. Is that still like a weird US only thing, automatics?
Here, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't tell you the last time I drove a manual car though.
I can tell you the last time I drove a manual car, and it was never in my life.